What's good? What's happening, guys? It's Sam, MrBlitztek, and yes, the PS5 Pro has finally been announced. And as you can see, the internet is up in roar because no one expected the actual malarkey that PlayStation had the goal to price this thing at £700 over here in the UK. That's right. If you've been living underneath a rock, or just not interested in the PS5 Pro, or you just come to my channel and you see what I want to talk about, it is actually crazy that the PlayStation 5 has been announced for November at £700. $700 in the US, 800 euros, and is it almost 120,000 yen? It's just crazy at this point. And that's just the base standard. You would think with the PlayStation 5 Pro, you might get the Pro controller or the Edge controller, if you want to call it. But no, guys, this is just the base. If you want to play your discs on your PlayStation 5 Pro, you have to buy the actual disc player separately. If you want to have the best controller available for the PlayStation 5 Pro, you have to buy the Edge controller separately. And if you want the best airflow to your console, which you'd want for something that is called the Pro, you also have to buy the vertical stand also separately. This is as nuts. This kind of stuff that we're getting now in this 2024 kind of age, buying everything separately, this takes it from a £700 console almost to a £900 console, because the disc thing is like £80. I was gonna say 800, that's a bit mad. £80. The stand is also like 30. So if you want to buy the controller, right now it's like £200. So right now you could buy the Slim for about £400 or £450. You'd think they would just bump it up by like £100, but no, they've gone and skyrocketed the price. And it's just a bit mental, especially when you compare it to the PS3 and the PS4 era when those consoles came out. And it just wasn't that much of a bump in price. I'm pretty sure the PS4 Pro released here at £350 when the original one, I think, released around the same, but the Slim released £100 less than that. And I'm pretty sure the PS3, obviously when that released, that was kind of very expensive for the time as well. But it was 4K was new. You're like getting all this new kind of technology. Blu-rays as well in the disc, so it was like a cheap Blu-ray player, but a console and a multimedia center. But the PS5, when I look into what they're trying to like package here, I think that me amongst most of the internet just really isn't excited. Just really excited. Obviously, during the presentation, the guy was saying that most players do just play on 60 frames per second rather than having more pretty graphics, which I'd understand because I've been arguing with you lot for time now that most of you can't even realize the difference anyway. But it being the case, I'm pretty sure it's 3/4 of people do choose frame rate over pretty tanzelic graphics and anti-aliasing and all that kind of riff-raff and whatever. So if this console is going to be prioritizing higher fresh rates, it makes sense. However, like I was saying before, when you got a bundle, a Pro console with your Pro kind of stuff, like the disc player and the Edge controller and all that kind of stuff, you gotta have the rest of the equipment as well. You gotta have a nice TV, you gotta have all these other peripherals to substantiate such a hefty luxury item. I honestly don't believe this is for everybody. I do believe it is for either people who do want the top end stuff when they're playing their games, that they're not gonna be purchasing a PC on, because it is at this point a cheaper version of a PC, but they should be much, much cheaper, not or more or less the same price. You can build a PC for $1,000 and obviously have a better output than the PlayStation 5 Pro. But those for those people that want a bit more convenience, like myself. So it is more of a luxury kind of thing. Or if you're dipping into the PS5 right about now, yes, this would be a good time to buy the Pro rather than buying the Slim. Or like you said, if you just want the best of the best of the best, boom, that's also for you. But everyone else, like, I feel like this isn't going to be for a lot of people. No at all, especially at that price. And I'm pretty sure there was some stats before that when they were looking at the PS4 Pro, only around 13% of people made up for the sales and actually playing on a PS4 Pro. So it goes, and that was even cheaper then. Can you imagine? Like, even then when I was looking at the PS4 Pro, they said it was a boost in speed and this and that and whatever. Obviously, even at £100, that didn't seem like worth the jump. So now imagine now that we're getting the PS4 Pro, PS5 Pro at £700. I would say still base level, if anything, base level. It's just not worth the purchase unless you're like a content creator or Sony's giving you a console. Look, I've named all the people who buy this. And even then, I'm pretty sure it's going to even shrink even further than 13% in the last generation. Now everyone's going to get this. It's definitely not for everybody. And even then, like, people might even find making a modular PC even more viable at this point. Like, all the PlayStation exclusives are going there. You got God of War and among other games. You can now even play more Xbox games on PC. There's just a lot more choice and options. So for me to even try and reason with the price is crazy. It's actually nuts. I would only assume at this point they're trying to just make up as little loss as possible. I don't want to blame Concord too much because that's just all software sales. Obviously, they went out with a bang with that. I still would believe that even with Concord being successful, the price for the PlayStation 5 Pro will still be £700. But we will never know, to be honest, unless you've been in the head offices and you've heard that they're changing prices and stuff. We'll never, us the consumers will actually never know. But yeah, man, the PS5 Pro, I was excited for it. I'm also still excited for the Switch, the new Switch coming out. But guys, to be honest, me personally, I'm not gonna run out and get one. Like, it's not gonna enhance my experience of gaming. 2 terabyte hard drive is nothing. New AI chip. I feel like this is all again testing the waters for the PS6, which again I would then get. Would I get a PS6 if it's £700 though? Woo! Only time will tell when the console actually drops. But guys, let me know, comments down below. What do you think about the PS5 Pro dropping in November at £700 or wherever you are in the world in relation to your currency? Are you gonna get it? Have you not got a PS5 yet? Because there's plenty of games now. Oh no, one more thing actually. What I was actually quite surprised about is when dropping the console, there's like nothing new. It's all talking about all old stuff. Like, you would have thought that one of the Sony studios by now will be dropping a new game to show off the hardware that is going to be presented with the PS5 Pro. I don't know, like maybe a new expansion on the Spider-Man DLC. I'm just obviously because obviously I'll be on old stuff, so that won't really work. But maybe something from Naughty Dog. Anybody. Could have chosen Tsushima 2 at this point. It could have been a lot of people, but we got absolutely nothing. So it was kind of underwhelming. In fact, the best thing that came out of this is that now we can actually customize our PS5 with custom wallpapers. Yeah, that's right. The most exciting thing I'm excited about is custom wallpapers, guys. Imagine that. We've got a new console with new hardware. And I love tech. You know me, I'm all about the tech stuff when it comes to gaming and PC and just real world use. But this, I'm talking about custom wallpapers here. This is, you know what, I'm just gonna go now. This is mad. Guys, let me know what you're excited about. Are you getting it? Are you not? And PS6, would you rather this all day to be in PS6 or just not at all? Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Make sure you're liking the video and just make sure you're watching more videos, please, because it just helps the channel and all them things there. Subscribe, all them things there. And I'll see you on the next level. Peace out, Rainbow Trout.